7 NFL picks. Yes, I did kind of get destroyed last week. I've been way too underdog happy this season, so I gotta reel it back a little bit. Browns at the Colts. The Colts are 3-point dogs at home. Minshew threw 3 interceptions last week versus the Jaguars. Now he's got to go up against one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the league, and I don't think it's gonna go great for him. If PJ Walker and the Browns can move the ball like they did last week versus a fantastic 49ers defense versus this okay-ish, not so great Colts defense, I think they win this one. So give me the Browns to win and cover. Bills versus the Patriots, or I guess you could say an individual Bill versus a lot of Bills. You get it? Because like Bill Belichick versus the Bills. Slow clap, slow clap, slow clap. But the individual Bill in this game is an 8.5-point underdog. So yes, the Bills, they didn't play great on Sunday Night Football versus the Giants, but I don't expect them to poop their pants in a game 2 weeks in a row. This Bills defense has dealt with a lot of injuries this season, but I do think they'll finally click a little bit, or this game will give their defensive backups some time to click versus this very bad Patriots offense and Mac Jones, who has really struggled this season. Yes, it's a divisional game and anything can happen, but come on, I just can't pick the Patriots here. Give me the Bills to win, and I'll take them to cover the spread. That's a pretty big spread. I have a little bit of pause about that, but I'll take them to cover it because the Patriots just don't put up points. Raiders versus the Bears. The Raiders are favored by 3. This game is not going to be a pretty one. Justin Fields is doubtful to play, and Jimmy G has not practiced yet after suffering a back injury in last week's game. The Raiders defense has held opponents to 17 points or less in the past 2 weeks. Yes, they didn't play the best teams. You know, they did go up against the Patriots and stuff, but they are probably going to go up against a rookie quarterback this week, and this Bears offense hasn't been the best even with Justin Fields out there, and now they're going to be less dynamic with him most likely on the sidelines. So yeah, this game is looking like it's going to be a defensive battle. Which defense do I trust more here? Probably the Raiders, I guess. I mean, I really don't trust either of these defenses in a vacuum, but I'm going to pick the Raiders to win this one and cover the spread. Quick thanks to Underdog Fantasy for sponsoring this video. If you sign up using my promo code SheGotSports, they'll match your first deposit up to $500 for a limited time. So that means if you deposit $300, there will be $600 in your account for you to play with. If you want to play fantasy football against me this week, you can. I'm creating a private draft for subscribers linked in the description. So join it by clicking the link, and once the draft fills up, the draft will start. So make sure you queue players you want before that. Commanders at the Giants. New York is a 3-point dog at home. So Daniel Jones still isn't cleared for contact yet, which is not good news for the Giants because the Commanders are the team that Daniel Jones seems to decide to play his best football against throughout his career. This Commanders secondary has struggled this season, but last week they got 2 key interceptions late in the 4th quarter to seal the game and prevent the Falcons from winning. So they are getting turnovers when they need to. The Giants haven't scored an offensive touchdown in 4 straight games, which is actually just insane. Sam Howell threw 3 touchdowns alone in last week's matchup. So I'm going to take the team that can actually get into the end zone because, you know, that's how you win a football game. Give me the Commanders to win and cover on the road. Falcons at the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers are favored by 2.5. I simply cannot pick Desmond Ridder to win. I just don't trust Desmond Ridder. I just talked about his performance last week versus Washington. That's the quarterback Washington got those 2 late picks against. It was Desmond Ridder. He just had one of the most unclutch performances I have ever seen. Yes, Baker Mayfield had some bad moments in last week's matchup versus the Lions. He missed some throws, but I do think this Buccaneers defense can hold on even if Baker doesn't bounce back. So give me the Bucs to win and cover in this one. Lions at the Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 3. Wow, this is a tricky one. We got a great Ravens defense going up against a great Lions offense. Jared Goff threw for over 300 yards versus a very good Buccaneers pass defense. But this Ravens offense, I feel like it just hasn't totally clicked yet. They're in a new system this year, and I just feel like they're not at their potential yet. This should be a really close game, but I'm going to go with the offense I trust more. So give me the Lions plus 3. Cardinals at the Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 7.5. After the Seahawks failed to get into the end zone at the 11-yard line of the Bengals with just about a minute left in last week's game, I think they will bounce back in this one. They were very close to winning that game versus the Bengals. They just have to improve in the red zone. And I think this offense will have the opportunity to improve in the red zone as this Arizona defense is not very good. And then on the other side of the ball, the Seattle run D is really, really good. Running the ball is a huge reason why the Cardinals have been able to stay in games and win that one game. but I don't know if they're going to have much success with it versus Seattle D-line. So give me Seattle to win straight up, but 7.5 points, I'm tempted by that. The Cardinals have covered in 3 of their games this year, and a touchdown and a half, I don't know. I want to take those points, so give me the Cardinals with the points. Steelers at the Rams. The Rams are favored by 3 at home. So this Steelers defense has talent, specifically on the D-line with TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith. If the Rams can prevent those guys from getting to Stafford, they have a great shot at winning this game. The Steelers offense, as we all know, is pretty putrid, and I just don't think this Pittsburgh secondary can cover both Puka and Cooper. Like I said, if Stafford has enough time, I think one of these guys can go for at least 100 yards easily. I'll take the Rams -3 here. Packers at the Broncos. The Packers are favored by 1 on the road. The Packers finally seem to be getting healthy after their bye. Aaron Jones should play in this one, and that should be a huge boost for young Jordan Love because he threw 3 interceptions in their last game. So with Jones coming back, he should really be able to rely on him both in the run game and just passing to him out of the backfield. Russ played pretty terrible in his last game too, but Love has a better chance to bounce back in this one because he is going up against the worst defense in the league. Give me the Packers -1. Chargers at the Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 5.5. So this is a spicy division matchup, as last season, both these games were 3-point games. Very close. Herbert really struggled last week. I don't know if it had to do with his broken finger, but he was missing throws he usually makes and was just off target a lot. So this is a game where I'm like, oof, I really want to pick the Chargers, right? This is a game where I'm like, this is a must win for them. If they lose, they go to 2-4. It's a division matchup. Winning this game would do wonders for them and possibly save their season. But I just can't. I can't do it. The Chiefs defense is playing too well. Herbert did not look good the last time I saw him. Mahomes is eventually going to be like the Mahomes we saw. Like, this offense eventually is going to play well, and it might come versus this pretty bad Charger secondary. So give me the Chiefs to win, but I will take the Chargers +5.5 because of how close these two teams have played in recent years. Dolphins at the Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 2.5. The Eagles secondary has definitely struggled this year. Part of it has been due to injuries, but this week they're going up against the #1 passing offense in the NFL. Slowing down Tua, Hill, and Waddle is going to be really difficult for them. For the Eagles to win this game, they're going to have to try to keep the Dolphins offense off the field as much as possible. And they could possibly do this as the Dolphins defense is giving up an average of 4.1 yards per carry. But even if the Eagles do win time of possession, I just don't think this team has the speed to keep up with the Dolphins. So I'm going to take the Dolphins +2.5 and have them pulling off the upset in Philly. Monday Night Football, we got the 49ers at the Vikings. The Vikings are 6.5-point dogs at home. The 49ers suffered a frustrating loss last week to the Browns, where they also lost CMC, Debo, and Trent Williams to injury in the process. So at the time I'm recording this, it's a little too early to tell who's going to be healthy enough to play and who's not. But what I do know is that this 49ers team is going to be angry. They're going to be angry about the way they lost, and I think they're going to come out strong in this game. So give me them to win straight up. But since it's early in the week and we don't know who's going to play, I guess I just have to take the Vikings +6.5. Like, I don't know. It's just so early. We don't know who's going to play. This isn't a strong pick. I'll know more once the game gets closer, but I'll take the Vikings +6.5.